People who live double lives don't panic easily, they train themselves not to. They don't rush when the phone vibrates. They don't react when a message arrives. They learn the difference between noise and danger. At 2:17 a.m., Alex Thompson knew the difference. Alex sat alone in his home office. The room was dark, lit only by the faint glow of the city beyond the windows. Polished wood reflected shadows. Bookshelves held law books that had not been opened in years. Degrees and awards were placed with precision, symbols of control, discipline, achievement. His phone vibrated once. Alex didn't reach for it immediately. When he finally looked, the message was brief. "She's pregnant. It's yours. Call me." Alex stared at the screen. Downstairs, the house continued its quiet rhythm. The dishwasher hummed. The television murmured softly. Sarah sat folding laundry, believing she was safe. Alex turned the phone face down. That moment of silence would ripple outward. This story is not about one mistake. It is about a pattern, and patterns always return. Alex Thompson was not reckless. He was calculated. He grew up in a home where appearances mattered more than truth. Emotions were inconvenient. Problems were solved through performance. Achievement became safety. Silence became power. By law school, Alex had mastered perception. He understood how to win without revealing himself, how to dominate systems quietly. People mistook this for confidence. Psychologists call this strategic self-presentation, the deliberate construction of identity to maintain power. By 35, Alex had everything society rewards: a respected career, a wife, children, status. But control without intimacy creates pressure, and pressure always demands release. Sarah Thompson carried the invisible weight. She managed schedules, emotions, and unspoken tension. This is emotional labor, the quiet work that holds families together without recognition. Sarah noticed the changes: delayed smiles, distracted conversations, late nights explained away as ambition. Her intuition whispered before evidence ever appeared. But trust is powerful. Love teaches people to doubt themselves before doubting those they choose. Sarah believed in the man she married. That belief would later break her. Jasmine was unfinished business. She represented a version of Alex untouched by responsibility. When they reconnected, it began with memories, nostalgia disguised as innocence. Psychologists call this fantasy bonding, confusing familiarity with intimacy. Messages became meetings, meetings became secrecy, secrecy became addictive. When Jasmine revealed she was pregnant, fantasy collapsed into permanence. Permanence demands accountability. Alex chose denial. Affairs rarely explode, they evolve. Alex built schedules, rules, boundaries. Each lie required another to support it. Jasmine's fear of abandonment escalated. Unannounced visits, emotional volatility, desperation. This stage is known as attachment dysregulation. Alex's life became a system of concealment, and systems fail under pressure. Pregnancy introduces permanence. Alex avoided conversations, deleted messages, delayed decisions. Psychologists call this avoidant coping, temporary relief that multiplies consequences. Sarah sensed hostility. Jasmine sensed abandonment. Both reacted. The tension inside Alex's life grew volatile, and volatility always seeks release. The storm did not cause what happened. It only mirrored it. By early evening, the house was already unstable. At 6 p.m., Sarah discovered the messages. There was no dramatic scream, no immediate confrontation, just a quiet moment where her body understood what her mind was still processing. At 7:10 p.m., she confronted Alex upstairs. He denied first, then minimized, then shifted blame. His voice rose. Hers went quiet. At 8:30 p.m., across town, Jasmine sat alone reading unanswered messages. Fear replaced hope. In her mind, silence meant abandonment. At 9:45 p.m., rain poured as Jasmine drove toward the house. Her thoughts were disorganized, her speed reckless, not because she wanted confrontation, but because she wanted certainty. At 10:30 p.m., Alex and Sarah's argument intensified. Words became weapons. Years of avoidance collapsed into minutes. At 11:12 p.m., the knock came. At 11:16 p.m., Jasmine stepped backward onto rain-soaked steps. She slipped. Her body hit hard. At 11:18 p.m., sirens cut through the storm. This was not chaos. It was a chain reaction, each moment triggered by the one before it. Jasmine survived. The baby did not. During interrogation, Alex minimized responsibility, rationalized choices, and detached emotionally, patterns common among high-status offenders. Sarah filed for divorce. Truth arrived late, but it arrived. Trauma does not end when events stop. It lingers. Sarah grieved betrayal and identity loss. Jasmine grieved attachment and consequence. Alex faced accountability for the first time. Silence had cost more than words ever could. This story is not about adultery. It is about entitlement, avoidance, control, and the illusion that silence protects. It never does. Secrets mature, they grow teeth, and when they surface, they leave nothing untouched. The real crime is not what was done, it is what was ignored, because every whisper in the dark eventually becomes a roar. If this story moved you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. These stories reach people who need them because of you. And tell us in the comments, where are you listening from tonight?